Anywho, we will be resuming play in just a minute for the second quarter. Soloway knockout at the Fall Nationals in Phoenix, Arizona. And here we are. I don't know if this is a great table to watch. We do have two sponsors at the table, but I guess we haven't watched Street and LeCuyer play. So maybe we'll stick here for a minute.
I believe it's LeCuyer. I think the R is silent in the French pronunciation style.
It often is, but sometimes. LeCuyer, is that how you think he pronounces it?
I think I've heard it pronounced LeCuyer.
Okay.
Canadian French, not French French.
Yeah. All right. So we're underway. I don't think these imp totals are accurate. We will get them updated hopefully soon because, you know, these are obviously not the boards that we've completed. That is an entire second set. Although this kind of looks funny because this is the actual hand, board 16.
I wonder if it's possible that they made early for some reason. Well, no, it's not possible, right? Look at the auction: a spade, pass, no trump, two. Yeah, I think something is screwy here.
Yeah, something's off. Anyway, looks like we have the right auction in front of us at the table, and hopefully these scores on the right hand side, just ignore them for a minute. So we had East open to spades, South made a takeout double, West bid a no trump. It looks like that's a transfer to clubs. North jumped to four hearts with their 4x1 10 count, two aces. Makes some sense. Maybe they were more hopeful that their partner would have a stiff spade over here. That would have been much nicer from their perspective. Off the top, Declare only has 3 losers, but they're going to get in trouble. I mean, the defense can guarantee that this goes down if 3 rounds of spades come through. Eventually, the ace of clubs will be picked up, and that will promote a trump trick for the queen 9 of hearts.
Yeah, I think with the ace of clubs offside and the heart queen also offside, it's going to be very tough for Declare to go plus here.
Yeah.
3 rounds of hearts will beat this hand extremely quickly. 3 rounds of spades, rather.
Yep. Yep, Rob, you're right. They bid their partner shortness, but I do think that North's bid is quite sensible. Singleton club opposite West club bid makes North's hand quite nice. You know, they presume 4-4 heart fit and 2 aces. Partner made a takeout double. May as well be a little pushy, looking for a game at teams. The other table stopped at the 3 level. 3 hearts bid and made.
I think 3 hearts is enough personally. You know, your partner can take the last push if he had it, but you want him to be able to make that takeout double on the light side. You know, 4 hearts is going to make him think twice about it next time, and you really don't want that?
Yeah. Yeah, so a little aggressive by North, but I think within reason. Now, yeah. I think 3 hearts can go down. I mean, if we continue... So, I mean, maybe not double dummy, but I think it might go down. If we continue queen of clubs to the king and ace, spade through, another spade, I think it's going to be difficult for Declare to realize that they need to like rough low and then drop the heart queen. But maybe they'll come up with that line. Either way, 3 hearts making is a good result at the other table. Obviously, 4 hearts doesn't really have play. But, you know, could come home if the defense really loses their way. they go like king of spades, trump switch or something, declare might wise up and go ace king of hearts, take the spade roughing finesse.
Is that even? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a super likely sequence of events here.
No. But I mean, anything can happen. It's
true.
But I do think we'll probably see East either switch to the queen of clubs, or just continue banging spades.
Yeah, my guess would be that they'll just play spades, sort of. Well, no, I was wrong. I was gonna say like maybe like sort of for the wrong reason, just figuring they can give partner an over rough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like sort of the wrong reason since partner actually has a quasi natural.
Yep. Okay, so we do see the queen of clubs to the king and ace. The spade comes back to the jack and king, and now another round of spades. East, of course, knows that their partner only has 2 spades on the auction. They wouldn't have made this one no bid with spade support. So they're fairly confident that the spades look like this. They can play a third round, and we have been kicked out. Cool.
I would guess that they're closing and reloading the set of boards to clear the scores.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be nice.
Yeah, or maybe they just don't want competing commentary.
Also possible. Yep. Well, for the time being, okay, I was going to say for the time being we can pop into the other match. Let's see if they get set up quickly here. But I think this is the closer of the 2 semifinals. You know, I say closer, I think it's about 20 imp difference in both matches.
So I'm just looking, and they did close both tables to presumably reopen them with a fresh start on the
Yep.
boards being loaded in.
Yeah. Which will be nice. We don't have to compare against some random results in the other room. I don't even know what those were. It could have been they loaded yesterday's results, but had the actual set of boards here.
I think exactly what happened.
Yeah. And so, you know, it was just coincidental that we had a spade opening bid at both tables on the first one.
Well, but from north, though, not from east.
Right. Right. Also true.
Close enough.
Yep. Okay. So waiting a minute, you know, while we wait for just a few seconds, it looks like they have the scores right, so that's a good sign. Feldman is ahead 29 coming into the set. Let's quickly jump into this table to, ooh, oh my god. Look at the first result. That feels like North-South have gotten a little bit overboard. Although they were saving against a red game. And on the second board here, 3-no trump in the west. North gets off to their 4th best lead of a spade on kind of an uninformative auction. Spade lead is going to blow up a trick in the spade suit, but with diamonds coming home, it looks like this was going to always have 9 tricks. So now maybe Declare is going to take a 10th. They always had 4 diamonds, 2 hearts, a club, and 2 spades.
Yeah, and with both hearts on side, the defense really just had no chance to stop it.
Yep. South being a little cheeky there, not putting in the spade queen at trick 1. Maybe hoping that... I'm not sure.
I think his only shot is to hope Singleton King in Declare's hand.
Yeah, it feels unlikely given that he knows partner has exactly 4 of them from the spot card lead. Yeah. But, yeah. I mean, maybe Chip would lead 5th best here. It's possible.
Maybe. Is it possible they're not 4th best leaders?
Oh, also possible. Yep.
they lead attitude, then it's totally reasonable.
So making DeClare's job maybe a little bit easier on this one because now he can just unblock the Spade King. He doesn't have to risk a finesse. But we'll likely see a club through at this point.
So what do you think of West's play of running the 9 of diamonds immediately versus cashing the ace? Seems a little risky, right? If you blow into a stiff honor in South.
Well, you can't ever pick up the suit if South has a stiff honor. It might lose a trick somehow. So what do we have? We have, if we take 3 diamond tricks, we have 3 diamonds. We only have 2 spades because we don't have an entry.
I also immediately give up on running the diamond when someone has a queen jack doubleton.
You are very distant.
Sorry, I was just putting something for you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Suppose South had queen jack doubleton. Well, I guess you couldn't pick it up because you were going to run the 10 in the second round. I don't know. It seems like a strange play to me.
Yeah, it feels unnatural, but I'm not sure that it really is going to cost you the 3 no trump contract. Like, yeah, if South has a stiff honor, maybe you end up taking 3 spades, 3 diamonds, 2 hearts, and a club. Whereas running the 9 of diamonds means,
yeah, you're gonna possibly have some, some extra work to do later that you could have avoided.
Yeah. Okay. Well, quick peek into the Fleischer match. Let's jump back over to Feldman versus Street, where we want to give everyone their time of day. This doesn't feel like the correct trick. I know I just came in and I don't understand what's going on, but it feels like West was supposed to win the King of Clubs here. So maybe we're still having some VuGraph operator errors. First board, we don't have comparisons on the first board, but I'm guessing that there were a handful of imps to, who was it? Handful of imps to Feldman on the first board, probably 5. So I think Feldman has 5 more imps than we see right here.
Yeah, that seems likely after they probably went down. Maybe they went down an extra to lose an extra imp. I don't recall exactly what the hand was.
Yeah.
I think if they went down 2, that would be 6 imps. Down 1 would be 5.
Right. So if 4 hearts... Oh, we are getting scores in. So 4 hearts did go down 1. And at the other table, I believe 3 hearts made. So this should be 5 more imps to Feldman. They're maintaining their 24 imp lead after 2 boards of the quarter. And we'll pick up board 18 of this set. So ace passes. South has what looks like a pretty normal 1 spade opener, 5-4 in the majors with a 12 count. North probably gonna bid a no trump would be my guess.
Yeah, West not tempted to make a super light takeout double here.
Right. Despite the ace-king 4th of hearts, and I mean, even the favorable vulnerability, there's not a lot going for it. Partner's passed hand. You probably don't have a game, so...
If you need to be competing, you're getting another chance to, so yeah, there's absolutely no reason to act here.
Yep.
So South probably is just gonna... Well, I guess South will bid 2 hearts, North will preference. North might try 2 no trump. They do have an 11 count.
Yep. Yeah, an 11 count with both minors stopped. Feels like 2 no is the right call. I mean, 2 spades probably just ends the auction most of the time, and, I would rather play 2 no than an awkward 5-2 spade fit. Jack Doubleton is just such a terrible holding in general, opposite a 5-card suit. So there's no way South can raise. I mean, they just have bare bones minimum.
South might try 3 clubs to try to improve the part score, but I suspect he'll just pass it out and hope for the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are they going to do? It turns out that Jack 8 is pretty useful, given that the Queen 10 of spades are on side, even though they're fourth. But they're off the entire diamond suit. They're off 2 hearts. Suspect that they're not going to manage to scramble up 8 tricks on this hand. They get 3 spades and 2 hearts and maybe 2 clubs and a diamond. But the defense obviously has a lot of winners their way.
Yeah, are we gonna see the double dummy defense of when the king of hearts, king of diamonds, unblocking the 10, 8 of diamonds? Probably not. You don't need to do that. King of hearts, king of diamonds, diamond is good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just going to know about the heart position, obviously, when the king holds.
Yep.
LeCuyer would never duck that with the king 10 fourth and dummy.
Yeah, and I mean, also, West knows that hearts are 4-4-3-2 around because North didn't raise hearts, so he's never really going to be concerned that he'll be cut off from his ace of hearts somehow.
Right.
So it should be a quick down one.
Yeah, I think even if they don't find that, they're going to get some chances before LeCuyer has 8 tricks for his side. And LeCuyer's only 8th trick really is a long spade or a diamond on a defensive misstep.
Right.
Actually, that's true because the clubs were on, so we got 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So actually, the defense does need to be a little bit careful because LeCuyer might be able to take 8 black suit tricks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the 6 of spades is a big card, but I think East knows that.
Yeah, but...
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, no.
This is...
Although, yeah, I was going to say, okay, like, this is terrible for the defense, but of course LeCuyer isn't going to believe that that the defense have failed to cash out their diamonds. He's just going to play on the heart suit and hope that that sets up his 7th trick. If the clubs come home, and then he'll hope to get an 8th trick somehow.
And from LeCuyer's point of view, he knows he's off 4 diamond tricks, but he has to lose the lead a bunch of times, so there's nothing he can really do about it. All you can do is lose the lead as early as possible before the position is totally clear.
Right.
Like, LeCuyer knows almost as a guarantee that the diamond honors are split, right?
Yep.
East didn't lead one, which he would probably do from either ace king or from nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the doubleton heart lead is probably, LeCuyer can pretty easily place what's going on in the heart suit, and so for that reason, I think the diamonds are probably, as you mentioned. It's possible East has something like ace king third, and wouldn't want to break the suit, knowing that North likely has diamond length.
It's possible, but if North had the same queen fourth of diamonds, you just want to concede the trick to set up your partner's extra winners. So right. I think with that, they might still well have led a high diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's vaguely possible, but I think that heart lead is going to give LeCuyer a lot of information about what's happening in the side suits.
Yeah. So I mean, that kind of speaks to the possibility of just trying to cash out when you win the Jack of Hearts at trick 1. I mean, especially because East is known to have heart shortness, they probably have spade length. So running the Jack of Spades is not that unreasonable of a play.
Yeah, although, maybe he's hoping that if something really silly happens, that he'll just have 8 tricks, 4 clubs and 2 hearts and 2 spades with the defense. And now at this point, the defense is cut off from cashing their diamond, so he might actually be able to make it legitimately.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so what you're saying basically is now the defense actually needs to find king of diamonds, 10 of diamonds on block.
Right.
Yeah. So they can still find the good double dummy defense. Good night, DT. Thank you for stopping by.
LeCuyer is
Really
allowed
appreciate
to
you.
take a second heart trick at any point in this hand. He's just going to make it. Declared on 4 of 16 boards. That seems like exactly one's expectancy.
Well, if you're declaring for both north and south,
If you're
then...
playing, I understand if you're playing with robots, then 8 would be the expectancy.
Hey, Drudge, how are you? Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, so West here. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine that he would play a black suit looking at that dummy.
Yeah. I will let Cooney know. Don't worry, DT.
Like maybe there's some reason why it'd be right to play a low diamond, but it feels like you want to squash the jack. But I'm wrong as usual. Yeah, so Declare is going to make a very undeserved 2 no trump contract here, I think.
Yeah, this feels like a big miss for the defense. I'm not sure I really understand. So, okay. Let's put this in the perspective of West, right? He doesn't know whether North has clubs or diamonds. So looking at the stiff jack and dummy, if North's diamonds happen to be like ace queen 10... It would look really dumb if West led the king of diamonds and North just went ace of diamonds, queen of diamonds, 10 of diamonds, 9 of diamonds, you know? So I do understand not just like having the auto switch to the diamond king. It looks much more obvious to us when we're staring at it, staring at the hand.
So that's true, except I think Declare would have 8 tricks then anyway, right? Because West is looking at the small doubleton spades, so he knows the ace king 9 are all winners. You know, he knows Declare has at least 1 heart, so that's 4 already. Two diamonds would be 6. Again, West has small clubs, so he knows as long as Declare has a club honor, that Declare has 2 club tricks.
Yep. Yeah, the 3 small clubs does kind of sell me on it.
Even if Declare's clubs are just king empty, he can take 2 club tricks by finessing the 10 against partner's jack.
Yep. Yeah, so, all right, a bit of a slip up defensively, and we get 2-0 making 2 for 6 imps to Street, who first board we still don't have the compare at the other table, but is 5 imps to Feldman. So Feldman's still currently up by 18, but Street is making a comeback in the second segment. Hey Drudge, I don't know what you're doing the rest of the day, but I am looking for a co-commentator for quarters 3 and 4. So if you wanted to come hang out this evening, Craig is going to be gone.
Maybe a very light 14 to 16 no trump they play that, but I would assume this north-south is a 15 to 17 pair.
Yeah, that would be a very light 14 to 16 as well. All these queens and jacks.
3rd seed non-vulnerable, right? You're certainly allowed to do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, 3rd seed as well, of course.
Yeah, I think particularly playing with you where you have an open every 11 white style, I would absolutely open that hand 1 no trump at 3rd seed.
Yeah.
There's no danger of getting overboard because you can't have an invite. Well, I guess you could. You could have 10 points, but, what can you do?
Yeah.
But I do like that. I like that as a 3rd seed no trump. It really puts so much pressure on the opponents.
Right. In this case, East was always going to come in with their heart suit, so they would always find a heart fit. North-South are probably competing to 3 spades, I have to imagine. South having the heart shortness and the 4 heart spade suit.
Yeah, and the South hand obviously is very weak in high cards with a 4th trump and not being vulnerable. Many people would take that push. Obviously, Paul Street not among them.
Yes. Always exciting to wake up in the morning and see Some unusual choices by the players.
Yeah. So three hearts obviously is going to be pretty trivial. How is three spades going to do? So if they guess the trumps, they would lose two hearts and two diamonds and a club. So maybe it was well judged. Or I guess not well judged because he would have won a couple of imps for bidding out.
Yeah, I mean, favorable, it just feels like the natural thing to do.
Yeah, just in general, when you have a fourth trump, you really want to be bidding out of the 3 level anytime there's the least excuse to.
Right. Yep.
Law of total tricks, among other things.
Yep. So, against 3 hearts, defense is going to get a spade, a diamond, and 2 clubs if they can come to all of those tricks. If they don't get working on diamonds soon enough, then LeCuyer will be able to set up clubs to pitch one of their diamond losers and make 4.
Yes. Especially with hearts 2-2, there's as many entries to dummy as he needs.
Right. So it might seem natural for North to just defend passively and exit a heart. That's not going to work out well here. It could be a little risky if East-West go on to 4 hearts in the other room. They might need to find this diamond switch. So North does a really nice job switching to a diamond here. Gonna get their diamond suit going.
Yeah, I think looking at the clubs, I think you can figure that if a diamond does cost in the suit, that it's not going to cost in the hand because those clubs were going to be discards anyway.
Right. Steven says maybe Street had a diamond in with their hearts, but I think Street just had a spade in with their coffee.
Yeah, I think Street probably, when he didn't need to use the second hand to count his points, just gave up.
That's also true.
I think he just said, I only have a 4 count. How can I be bidding here?
Mm-hmm. So North does need to continue the assault on the diamond suit, but it looks like that's his only chance. He does go after it.
Yeah, well, he knows where the 10 of diamonds is, right? When LeCuyer hopped up in hand, he would always have run it around if he had king 10 third.
Yep. So good defense, holding them to just their contract, but this could still be a swing or a win for the East-West pair. I mean, for one thing, North-South probably should have bid on to 3 spades. That contract would have been down 1 with careful play. And the other table might even get to 4 hearts, which, may result in a swing of some sort. Is it? No, it's the Street pair sitting East-West in the other room. I was wondering if Feldman held one of the East-West hands, he might have bid on to 4 hearts all by himself.
Right.
He has been hyper-aggressive throughout the matches that we've watched.
And, to great effect. It's been working out really well for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my guess would be that'll be 3 imps to the Feldman team for, plus 140, minus 50 for a total of 90.
Yeah. I think that seems like a reasonable guess. Here, East-West have a giant diamond fit, North-South have a pretty big spade fit.
They'll probably start at no trump. North will show spades. However they do that, East might just bid 3-no, denying a spade stopper at some point in the hand.
Yeah, so they could reach 5 diamonds, which is making king of clubs on side.
So it'll be interesting. So if North makes, let's say a 2 diamond bid showing 1 major, if East just bids 3-no trump here, West might have no reason to bid. I don't know how likely that auction is, but there's some chance that East-West find their way up to 3-no trump off the first 6 tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so is Draj going to be joining you for the evening? Is that what I'm seeing here?
Looks like maybe, yeah. You're
Cool.
more than welcome. I should have a Discord link either below the stream or ! Discord, so you can join there and then find me in one of the voice channels in a little bit once the 3rd quarter starts up. And don't worry about the insight. It's always fun to have more people commentating. So I will introduce you when you get on and say hello, or you can introduce yourself. I think we mentioned your name yesterday when we were talking about RM Precision, because I forget what we got sidetracked, that's what happens sometimes during commentary.
Yeah, I think Rob was praising the way in which that you reverse engineered the Meckwell system to create their notes merely from match records.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, the start that I speculated might happen has indeed happened. It's going to be a little challenging, I think, for West to pull here. Yep.
It's going to be very challenging when he insta-passed. This is going to be down 2 pretty quickly. I mean, King of Spades lead is automatic.
I think down 2 basically, as soon as West asks the question, how many spades are you going to cash against me?
Yep. I mean, he'll play a couple of tricks, right? Like maybe South doesn't unblock. You can never be too certain.
That's true, I think. If South wins this ace and returns one, which he is not, as soon as North is in, I believe West will say, how many are you beating me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Peter's asking, what else can you sensibly do, right? You have this flat 10 count, partners open to 15 to 17. You would be, I think, doing something very anti-percentage to go looking for diamonds, even knowing that some of the time they're going to make you look stupid running the first 6 tricks against you. Your hand is just not suitable, and, partners allowed to be a little more spread out and have some stoppers.
Right. Yeah, I don't like double. Double would tend to indicate a hand that's interested in penalizing the majors. And that's not really what East hand looks like. Now, if you wanted to make a natural enforcing 3 diamond bid, it's okay, right? You're not misdescribing your hand by bidding 3 diamonds. But I think Craig's point is oftentimes this overcaller doesn't have a solid suit. They might be sitting on something like ace queen 6th, right, and an outside ace, and the correct defense for them is to underlead their other ace to partner's king and then get the suit through, but they're just going to lead low from their ace queen 6th right into your partner's king doubleton. Right. So 3-0, whether or not it denies a stopper if you're playing full-on Lebensal, is a very sensible bid. It's so hard to take 10 or 11 tricks at in a contract when you only have a limited number of high card points.
Yeah, if you had a 6 diamond or a singleton or something, it might be a little more tempting to look around for alternatives. But on that hand, your most likely target is 3-0 trump. Some of the time, they just get you.
Thanks, Steven.
That actually is a hand where, North-South are going to be a little optimistic about their results. But probably 3/4 of the time in a high-level match, that's just a push.
Yeah.
I don't think, North-South aren't really mentally banking many imps there, and East-West aren't mentally debiting that many imps there.
Yeah. Declare will probably ask about the Club King afterwards, just to see, is 5 diamonds making if the opponents get there. They probably have a better sense of what system the East-West pair at the other table is playing, so they might know if they're playing some sort of relay system. It is Zatorsky and Pacman, the Israeli players.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they do.
Or not Israeli players. I guess this Pyotr Zatorsky is... is that Singapore?
Polish? No, I think it's Poland.
Okay, that's Poland. It's Poland or Singapore, I think.
Pacman is definitely Israeli, I think, right?
Yeah. So maybe they're playing some sort of unusual system where rather than opening a no trump with the West hand on this one, West has other options systemically and they could reach the 5 diamond contract. It doesn't change the fact if it was a natural 2 spade overcall versus a overcall showing 1 major. It's so rare that the overcaller actually has a solid suit that you're kind of forcing them to guess by just bidding this 3-no trump contract. So you look silly, but
natural 3-no overcall.
yeah.
You would avoid it after a natural two-spade overcall, right? Because then 3-no would deny a stopper. West would look at a small doubleton and pull to 4 diamonds.
Oh, sure.
Right,
Yeah, I mean, if you're systemically denying a stopper, then I think West is probably going to pull.
Yeah, but no one in high-level bridge plays that natural. It just it's just too important to be able to have your 2 suited bids, and if you play the 2 spades natural, your other options are so restricted.
Yeah.
I mean, you could pass and wait for them to bid spades and bid 3-no trump in a label's whole context, but I think his choice was pretty normal.
Yeah. Now, I will say, so PJF, I think something that did come up the other day, I forget if it was while we were doing commentary on this, is that there's a lot of technically correct things that you can do in the bidding to convey as much info to your partner as possible and really try and reach the top spot on every board, but sometimes that's not the best way to try and win. There are some spots where you're just supposed to try and force the opponents to guess, and that could, and this could well be one of them, where, just blasting 3-no on a bunch of boards, they don't know if you have stoppers, they don't know if they should lead their suit or try something else. So I don't think it's like that unreasonable to just like make these bids and hope the opponents get it wrong.
And there's a principle that and we're kind of talking this up, there's a principle that I talk about a lot, which is look for big targets, not small ones. So on this hand, 5 diamonds turns out to be very suitable because partner has this 5-card strong suit to go with your king 5th. But 5 diamonds is a very narrow target. If you switch partners, diamonds, and clubs, the auction would have been the same, and 5 diamonds would be totally horrible. But 3-no trump is a big target. All you need is partner having a little something in spades. Even queen 3rd might well be good enough.
Yeah.
So look for the big target, which is a normal 3-no trump, and not the narrow target, which is partner having suitable support for you and everything working like the club finesse.
Yep.
That principle comes up on a lot of hands.
So, we haven't talked about this hand that's in front of us at all. This is a huge result for Street. They get to 6 spades off the Diamond King and Queen Jack 5 times in spades, and everything's working.
And they're just sorry about that.
Yeah, what did North have? So North had Ace King, Ace King Jack. North was 22, opened 2 clubs and rebid 2-no, and South had 10.
Yeah, with a strong 5, or not a strong hard spades, with 5 spades. So
right.
Yeah, so all kind of obviously leading to a bad contract, but every decision was pretty reasonable. South forcing to slam, knowing that his partner's worst hand was 22, seems totally reasonable to me.
Right. Now 6-no is actually a good spot. 6-no would be top marks here because the diamonds come home and you don't need the spade suit. So even if the Diamond King was offside, 6-no still just has a bunch of tricks.
Yeah, you have 12 very easy tricks.
Yeah.
You don't even need the diamond finesse, you can just look at the king.
Yeah. So this could be a 1-imp win for Feldman, with Street getting to 6 spades, and if the Feldman team reaches 6-no, they will earn their 1470 and 1-imp.
So on board 19, they did win 4-imp, they won 4 imps for 140. I wonder if that's possible.
4 spades doubled at the other table.
Wow.
Was the contract on board 19?
Yeah, so in fact it was 4 imps, not to the team we thought was winning imps on that board.
Right. Yeah. So I was thinking 4 hearts might be bid, and I thought that North-South would sell out, but they got to 4 hearts so quickly that Feldman, much like he's been doing the entire set, just continued to bid onto game anyway. He had not showed a 4th trump yet during the auction. He probably felt bad about it. I mean, their auction started at a spade, 2 hearts, 2 spades. I think with Jason's hand, I probably would have given a 3-spade bid there.
If it was available, right? It wouldn't be for us, for example. It would be a mixed raise. Like, maybe you would do it anyway and just be on the light side of it. But if he didn't have it available, I think you have to just sell out and not second guess yourself. But maybe, maybe you felt like you had to take this push here.
Right.
But yeah, many pairs would bid a spade, 2 hearts, 3 spades preemptive, and now South can pass, knowing that he's done everything he needs to.
Yep. So, 6 spades making by Street and LeCuyer, or whatever. You say it again?
Yeah, LeCuyer, I believe.
LeCuyer.
Yeah, so I think no chance of a slam swing on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not no chance, but I think very unlikely to be a slam swing.
Right. But we'll see if the other table has a better auction to reach the top spot of 6 no trump on the north-south cards.
Yeah. So here, looks like despite East-West having a lot of values, 2 hearts is the limit.
Yeah, I mean, North has this huge hand. Do you come in with 2 diamonds?
I think so. I think doubling is just a little too much, but it's possible.
Yeah. All right, so we do see 2 diamonds. 4 hearts. Big bid by East. I mean, I like it.
Yeah, I think you certainly have to bid at least 3 hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So South, and they do have this really nice diamond support, not much else going for it. We've seen Street is probably a more conservative, competitive bidder than some of the other people in this match. Yep.
Yeah, so he does elect to pass. Maybe not everyone's choice. I mean, 3 small hearts, big fit, very little defense. Like, King, Queen of clubs is nice, but are you really expecting partner to have 3 tricks over there? Probably not.
So, I think North is going to double here. Their hand is just a little too good to sell out. Nope, he does sell out.
Yeah, he sells out. We should take a lot of these bids with a grain of salt. Oftentimes it's a little more difficult playing with a sponsor. So if you think that it might be a little bit thin, that defense might be a little tricky, you sometimes don't want to double. Even if you don't believe that you're giving up an over trick, it can put your partner on tilt if you double and this makes.
Yeah, sure. The sponsor isn't necessarily going to understand your reasoning, even when the reasoning is totally sound.
Yeah, we're being asked about 5 diamonds north-south. It looks plausible that contract makes. I mean, the 4th club sets up to pitch a spade.
Yeah, West spades are cut off with East having all of the high cards but a doubleton spade.
Yeah, you're going to need to be a little careful in the play, but it does look like 5 diamonds is making. Now, granted, 4 hearts doubled would have pulled a better score for East-West.
Yeah. And of course, the stronger player of the partnership would have been declaring 5 diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so here they also have to be pretty careful to start clubs, otherwise something is going to go away. Possibly,
yeah, it
right?
looks pretty natural for North to switch to clubs here after winning the Diamond Queen.
Maybe nothing can go away since West doesn't have any entries to the spades, even if Declare does manage to set them up.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because he only needs 1 trick, so he actually can do it if North doesn't shift to a club now.
Yep. Yep.
Rough a diamond, run the 9 of spades, do whatever you do, run another spade, but
yeah. Although it's not so obvious that Declarer is going to play the spades correctly. He might play a spade to the queen and then a spade to the jack.
Yeah, indeed. Well, I think he might play a spade to the queen, but I think on the second round, when the sponsor does not hop up with an honor, he would run the 8.
Yeah, that's also true. So, yep, North does need to be a little careful. If he tries to cash a second diamond, he's going to be in bad shape. Well, they'll still beat it, but they'll only get a trick. So does he find the club switch?
I think looking at that 3 small and dummy, he should, but it's not totally clear. I mean, this is also a bad hand for fourth best leads, where the 3 would be the card led from either a 3 or 4 card holding, so North doesn't really know anything about the count in the diamond suit.
Right. He might be able to read something about the Jack of Diamonds play. If that happened very quickly, then, Declare might false card this, but Declare might also not. For one thing,
Yeah, I guess,
Hmm?
yeah. Well, it's going against that, like, if North needs to lead clubs twice, if partner might have a 3 card diamond suit, then he's got a really convenient second entry.
Right. Yeah, so for a variety of reasons. But I was going to say one of the reasons why a declarer might not want to false card. So I think a lot of newer players, when they start playing and they declare these hands, they just start false carding their spots all over the place. But here, playing Jack from Jack Doubleton is not a good play most of the time, because the defense, for whatever reason, might need to lead to their partner's Jack. So if for some strange reason North thought he needed to put South in, he could underlead the Ace-King of Diamonds and declare scores Jack Doubleton. So you don't always just want to randomly false card something.
Well, but also, I think from his point of view, if he had a second diamond, he'd probably want them to lead another diamond, so false carding, if it induces them to switch, is really bad for you.
Right. Yep. So for a variety of reasons. Look at this. Board 20, the other pair did reach 5 diamonds. Oh. Interesting decisions in the auction. So they did have a 1-no opener and a 2-diamond overcall. And we got PJF's slated double by East, tending to be penalty towards the majors. South came in 3 spades. I guess, pass or correct, basically. If their partner has hearts, they want to preempt to the 4 level. Otherwise, they want to jump to the 3 level in spades. Again, preemptive. And then pass, double by East. I'm guessing takeout. 4 spades by West.
Yeah, so I think
East.
that means that the first double, I think, therefore had a different meaning from let's penalize the majors, otherwise the second double would be totally incomprehensible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tend to agree. So I'm not sure about the double of 2 diamonds then, but maybe it's just points. But they get all the way up to 5 diamonds, and they're rewarded with 13 imps on this one. They were able to diagnose the spade problem.
Yeah, it's not at all clear to me that they knew exactly what was going on there, but it obviously worked very well in practice.
Right.
And so here, I think Declare will run this when South doesn't hop up. Yep.
Yep. So Declare took a first round spade hook, so you were correct.
He did take a first. I think if he hadn't taken a first round spade hook, he absolutely would have taken a second round one after South didn't hop up. Well, it's actually so. No, he didn't. North shifted to the King of Spades trick too.
Oh, okay. I was not paying that careful attention. That actually is a reasonable defense that doesn't work out here.
Trying to give partner a spade ruff as a fairly simple route to a beat.
Yep.
Yeah, so North won the high diamond, shifted to a spade, and then shifted back after partner played the 10, presumably showing a 3-card suit.
Now,
I think he played a club at trick 3.
Yeah, it feels a little weird to me. Because if East really had 3 spades, they probably had a support double available.
Might not have made it with long, strong hearts if the plan was to bid 4 hearts all along, but it's true. Like, if you're always bidding 4 hearts, there's no reason to make that support double even when you have it.
Right. But, I mean, we're looking at the Heart King and Dummy. We're looking at the Heart 10 in North's hand. I mean, can East really have such a self-sufficient heart suit that they wouldn't feel more comfortable playing in, like, a 6-3 spade fit? Maybe. But
they could have 8 hearts.
Yeah. But then, they have 8 hearts and 3 spades, 1-1 in the minors, I guess. Partner didn't bid. But sure.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's looking as if maybe the spade switch was well intentioned, but maybe not the ideal line of defense. Either way, I think one thing that North was probably thinking about, and this isn't something that I spent a long time considering, is North probably knows their partner has long diamonds, so they were probably working out a hand where 5 diamonds doesn't make. Because if 5 diamonds makes, then they've just done the wrong thing. So if they place their partner with king, queen, third of clubs and this hand, then 5 diamonds is just cold. So North was probably trying to come up with a way where they could beat 4 hearts, but 5 diamonds wasn't making. Therefore, they've done the right thing in the auction. So kind of a bit of metagaming, but it's important to make those distinctions if you're trying to play high-level bridge.
Yeah, those considerations even more important to match points.
Yep.
Items like there's not much you can do about it at that point.
Right. Yeah. So
here,
match is getting pretty close. Currently, I don't think the first board is scored. Oh, the first board has been scored now. So the score should be up to date. 45 Feldman, 43 Street, 2-imp lead to Feldman.
So this looks like it's a normal easy 4 spades, not much to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So North-South have what look like a diamond loser, a heart loser, and maybe a trump loser in 4 spades. They'll be happy when the queen third is onside. PJF says still 38 imp difference in the other match. So that one continues to be pretty solid lead for Fleischer, it was, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here, I think, that slam was a push as expected, and the next one could see a swing of some sort.
Both tables missing 6 no as the best spot. They have the exact same auction at both tables.
Yeah, it's very hard to figure out. If you're North, your partner is said they have spades, and you have a pretty good hand for spades.
Yep.
It's a little masterminding to overrule that and put it in no trump.
Yep.
The 10 of diamonds also is basically the key card for 6 no, and that's impossible to diagnose.
Yep. Well,
So
isn't
North
6
being-
no still better than 6 spades if you're missing the diamond 10 because you still make if diamonds split or if the spades come in?
Maybe. You might not be able to do everything, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So here, North has been puppet Stamen, kind of normal with 4-3 in the majors. But then South denied one, and I guess North, with his extra strength, is just putting in 3-no trump, somewhat sensibly with, flat, aceless, lots of queens and jacks, and, at least a king more than he needed for this action.
Yeah, we didn't really consider this option. But, so they do have the 4-4 spade fit. 4 spades does play fine, but 3-no trump is probably much easier. And you mentioned North has extra strength. That's a big bonus for trying to look for no trump rather than a suit contract. If spades split badly, the extra high cards are probably going to bring home 3-no, whereas 4 spades could be in trouble. Additionally, you mentioned the fact that North is aceless, and that means in a suit contract they might cash a bunch of aces and get some roughs. So both of those reasons make it seem like 3-no is going to be a better spot than 4 spades.
Yeah, and as well here, if South had the wrong major, then North looking would give the opponent some extra information about the distribution. Here, 3 diamonds probably didn't even show anything other than no 5-card major. People tend to play after 2 clubs puppet, the 2 diamonds would guarantee a major, but after 3 clubs puppet, that it does not.
Yep.
So, the defense just knows nothing about the deal other than the South doesn't have a 5-card suit.
Yep.
Major. Yeah, so he claimed more or less immediately.
Giving up both red aces. So probably a push. I mean, if the other room reaches 4 spades, they will be rewarded with 650. And board a match win to to the street team there, but not a lot of imps.
So here, it looks like East-West can make a game in either major, just losing 2 hearts and a diamond.
Yep. Yeah, it feels more natural to play in the 5-4 spade fit with East opening a spade, I'm guessing. West passes, maybe a little unusual, but we have seen some conservative passes. 11 count, 4-4 in the majors.
Yeah, I think this pair has passed a few 11 counts that we've seen, so I guess they're just opening in a fairly sound style for 2020.
Yep.
North now with a full 13 count has an easy opening, and I predict they'll get to 4 spades very quickly.
Yeah.
Probably past 2 no trump by West, showing a 4-card limit raise, and
you don't think South is bidding diamonds? I guess Street has been hyper conservative.
Forgot that he had a 5-card suit in support of his partner's diamond opening. Yeah, so that was my bid. Maybe he'd bid 3 diamonds. I think he'd be more likely to bid this particular South. I think it's more likely to bid 2.
Yeah.
So West will still bid 2 no, showing a 4-card limit raise presumably, and East won't love it, but I think, wow, that can't be right.
That, sounds like a fancy convention of some kind.
Yes, which is why I say that can't be right. I wouldn't have imagined that this North-South would play something exotic here, but prove me wrong, Paul Street.
Well, the 2 no trump bid seems pretty normal as a limit raise in spades, so I'm guessing 2 hearts is correct.
Yeah, I guess maybe they just play systems on where 2 diamonds is still inverted and 2 hearts is still their weak diamond raise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so East, who knows what that 3 clubs is, some kind of game try, obviously.
Yep.
Whatever it is, West is going to be pretty excited to bid a game on those cards, I think.
Well, they haven't gotten there yet. They're working on it, but I think East with his stiff diamond and extra values, and especially now knowing that he has a heart fit, at least I think. 3 hearts, the 3 hearts alert feels a little weird. But
yeah, notice South, now I'm wondering what was happening in the previous round, because if South had shown a weak raise to 3 diamonds, they have no reason to bid now.
Well, you think that, but
maybe he had something in his head about taking away the Q bid from West, but I think probably he just just looked at some diamonds and said he was going to bid.
Mm-hmm.
So they did get there along a somewhat tortured route.
Yep.
I think this will be pretty quick. South will probably lead a high diamond, another diamond, and LeCuyer will just draw trumps in, play on hearts, and not worry about who has what.
Oh. Well, that's an over trick. Oh, no, it's not. Wait, maybe it is. I haven't decided.
Yeah, I think LeCuyer may well not get the hearts right after that unusual opening lead.
Yep.
So yeah, he could go up with the queen and finesse the 9, but I think he probably will run it around and finesse the 8 and loses 2 heart tricks after all.
Yeah, it's like if he goes up with a queen and North wins the ace and a low heart gets put on the table, you're never taking the hook. So, because then you just risk going down if it's Jack 10 third.
Yeah, because if South let a singleton Jack, you were toast anyway, because North has another entry with a diamond to give a second rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is in fact running it around. North presumably will duck this. I can't imagine he's going to win this ace.
Yep.
He knows that LeCuyer can't possibly have 5 hearts when you give partner a singleton, because then East would have just made Michael's bid instead of this 1 spade overcall.
Right. So he should get this right, but he's also probably in shock that his partner made this opening lead.
Yeah, so it's a spot where it's nice to be behind screens where a partner can't see all the puzzled facial expressions you're making. Nick can be kind of an expressive guy, and certainly this is gonna confuse him as to what's going on. This lead is just so unusual, but can't be a singleton.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking at the 10, partner's done something really abnormal.
Yep. I mean, some people are massive believers in doubleton leads. Aaron Jones is one of those people. He.
Yeah, as am I, and here leading through dummies' hearts,
Mhm.
maybe is a. All right, so North has failed to figure out what incomprehensible thing his partner did.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he was just looking at this dummy and being like, okay, partner has 5 diamonds, we have 1 diamond trick, we have no spade tricks, the only way I'm beating this is if partner's actually led a stiff.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. That as unlikely as it is, if that's not what's going on, that Declare is just going to go plus.
Right, and if you were beating this and you just duck and can, let them make exactly 420, it's going to be really bad. So you
Right.
just concede the imp, hop up with the ace there.
Yeah.
Seems right?
Yeah, I agree. I just think North is going to be a little unhappy that his partner made this highly unusual lead, even though it's only 1 imp.
Yep. Alright, so we're probably going to see a heart opener here. East is going to overcall spade. I think you have to. I mean, it's a terrible spade suit. You're red, but you can't just afford to pass throughout when your side could have the master suit.
Yeah, I would overcall, but I think there are plenty of Easts, even at a high level, that would not.
Like this one. um,
When your side needs to be bidding spades, you're almost certainly getting another chance, right? But of course, much more dangerous to bid 2 spades than 1 spade.
Yep. So here it's going to work out well for East-West, I think. I haven't decided. I mean, they have 3 spade losers, but
I mean, East is gonna think he's a genius when he sees a South bid a spade.
yeah. So North-South probably going to end up in 2 hearts. We don't come back in as West, right?
I certainly would not.
Yep.
Again, your target is so narrow, like either partner having 5 diamonds or good club support and enough high cards to make a 3-level contract playable. And South can still, South only does have a 6 count, but South can have a pretty good hand here.
Right.
And just not have anywhere to go over 2 hearts.
Yep.
So they're going to lose a club and a diamond and a spade and a couple of hearts, so they'll score this up fairly comfortably.
Yeah. PJF, what is the 1 heart doubled?
May or may not.
Are you just saying it's a double heart score, but it's not even game?
I guess the defense needs to be leading trumps, but that's very hard with Queen Jack third opposite King Doubleton.
Right. Yeah, if West ever gets in, they'll find a trump switch, but it's going to be too late. The diamonds are already set up after this diamond lead. I'm a little surprised we didn't see the King of Clubs lead. I mean, not because I want to be roughing with my hearts, but maybe we're just setting up club tricks.
Yeah, I think it's sort of a nice combination of setting up tricks, probably being fairly safe. Maybe setting up a rough if you need it, although with Queen Jack third, you probably don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, diamond lead away from the king seems pretty risky to me.
Sure.
Okay. So what is the
King of Spades?
King of Spades on the table.
Yeah, I mean, this seems pretty normal. We're setting up our club pitch. And so West is probably going to win and switch to a low trump, would be my guess.
Yeah, so if Declare had ace queen, it would be very dangerous for them to finesse because they need to take their well. No, I guess like with the ace of diamonds just lodged, they would probably finesse in hearts if they had ace queen.
Yeah, but there's no risk. I mean, like putting the king on the table doesn't really gain against anything.
That's true. And I say he did shift to the low one.
Yeah. So partner wins, and now, I mean, I guess now we switch to the club king, but...
Yeah, I think that's right. They also want to knock that entry out of dummy just in case the spade is not set up for a pitch yet.
Right.
Well,
And
I guess he knows it is. Never mind, because he's looking at 5 of them.
yeah, and I mean, we can always, when we get in with the Diamond King, play another heart if necessary. So we know that it's not crucial for us to play hearts immediately.
So we're getting some information about the other match. One heart doubled, going for 1100, which is certainly a little unusual at the 1 level.
Oh, I did that the other day. Man, I guess you came in. It was the very last. It might have been the last hand of one of my zeniths, but I had like a 4-4-4-1-15 count, and partner had opened a club, and we were white-red maybe, and my right-hand opponent overcalled a heart, and I was just like, nope, I've seen this one before, so I passed. And partner was 4-3-3 with 3 spades and reopened double. What a saint. And we dropped a trick in defense because like I couldn't figure out what was going on. I thought LeCuyer had like an 8-card heart suit over there. But we ended up collecting 1100 against our white game. So
Certainly hope that was a top.
It was. I did earn myself 100% of the match points. Now, that might have just been because we ended up defending a heart doubled, because our defense was not stellar. But it's always nice to be making a game in their suit when they're playing in it doubled.
Yeah, so meanwhile, East is taking quite a bit of time here. What we can see is a hopeless situation for his side.
Right. Yeah. But that's why they give you time to think. This isn't a speedball.
Yeah, I think he'll probably just shrug and play a club and, hope it works.
Right.
If LeCuyer had 3-3 in the minors, they'll still be okay. They'll get, they can get 1 pitch, but not a useful one.
Right. It's also possible that LeCuyer has a doubleton spade.
Yeah.
And so then if partner actually had ace doubleton of hearts, then LeCuyer would be denied an entry to hand, and you could actually get your club trick. Maybe.
Yeah.
PJF says, I had a funny hand in teams where partner opened a heart, 1 spade overcall, you trap pass, partner rebid 2 diamonds. And you got to 3 now. Yeah, I would say in those spots, so we do see the king of clubs switch. LeCuyer is going to pitch their club loser and lead diamonds up at this point. That seems like the only sensible play. We'll have to guess the diamonds. Has to decide if East led away from the king, or if West actually put in the queen at trick 1 from king queen. Oh.
Yeah, so I guess actually he playing imps is just gonna force out 2 diamonds and avoid anything incredibly silly happening. Just guarantee a plus score. Lose a heart and 2 diamonds, maybe a little too safe.
Yeah, but what if East had more natural trump tricks?
Oh, if that hard lead had been a singleton, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Indeed. But nothing bad is going to happen to him on this end.
So you went 4 down and 3 now when things didn't go well, but teammates made 9 tricks and a spade doubled. So was it like a push? If you're red and they're white, I mean, I guess 9 tricks and a spade doubled would, yeah, that could be, well, it could be a 1 imp swing, 380 or 360.
Yeah.
Versus 400. That would be funny. That would be a great way to lose 1. You needed to play more carefully to get out for down 3.
So East is once again going to agonize here for no real reason.
Vulnerabilities reversed, so you picked up 360, which should be 8, I think, 8 or 9. Yeah, well, I mean, now East has to lead the Jack of Spades, right? He knows the full hand. Okay, we do get the claim, but
Yeah.
felt like he was in the tank about something that he had full access to all the information. Well, Feldman currently sitting up 9. There are 5 boards to play in this segment, and then there will be a break for dinner. And I guess East-West are going to get to how many hearts? You think we're stopping in 4?
I mean, no one really has extras in high cards. Obviously, they have, they have a lot of trick taking potential. But I don't think they're going to get overboard here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after that opening bid, right? Like West will transfer and bid a game, knowing it's probably going to be about a 29-point layout.
Yeah, so I mean, South should come in, right?
Yeah. So, a no draw, maybe 2 spades and a minor, 3 hearts by West, 4 hearts by East, and that'll be that. I don't think anyone has any real reason to go crazier than that.
Yeah, 2 spades takes up a lot of room. Okay, so we see a negative double by West. I'm a little surprised by some of these choices, but
it's possible that they have some methods where this is their only way to start a forcing sequence.
Mm-hmm. Right, maybe 3 hearts is natural into play.
And Laban Solon and 3 hearts has some other meaning for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, so here, like, West has a 13 count. They're going to know that they don't really have slam values in high cards, and he doesn't have any extra length in his suit, so I don't see any reason why he would do anything more than bid a game.
Right. Yep. Okay, so it looks to me like West just concealed the heart fit entirely. It feels like a natural negative double. He was hoping for a 5-4 fit. He didn't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's guessing that King third of spades might even be 2 stoppers if his partner has like Queen Doubleton over there.
So this is going to work out pretty badly, I think, for East-West.
Yeah. They likely are going to lose the club hook. As long as South finds a spade lead, and he does, LeCuyer is going to have to guess what's going on. Now, he might run the Jack of Hearts. Is that enough tricks if the hearts come home? He has 3 diamonds, 2 clubs, 5 hearts, and a spade. That feels like enough tricks. Oh.
I guess that's true.
Wait a second. How many tricks does he have off the top? Let me count tricks outside of hearts and clubs. He has 3 diamonds and a spade, so he needs 5 more tricks. He's just going to bang the ace-king of clubs.
And fall back on taking this heart finesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right, because he knows South has, presumably these colors, South is almost always going to be 5-5, given that he doesn't have a lot of high cards.
Right.
Yeah, so he can bang down the clubs and then, be almost sure that a heart to the ace and the Jack of Hearts is going to work.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, he could do it the other way, right? He could bang the ace-king of hearts. For whatever reason, that feels less natural to me, but I don't really understand why.
Yeah. Well, I think it feels less natural because, like, let's imagine South shows out on the first club, you can still take the heart finesse either direction. It preserves all your options.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll see what he goes for. He'll definitely cash an ace-king. As PJF says, combine his chances to try and make this. It's always important to count your tricks, right? Because, playing this at match points, of course, you would try and, like, run 6 clubs here, win the king of spades, run 6 clubs, try and make as many tricks as you can. But playing imps, you only need to get to 9. No reason to try and take all the finesses if only one of them will do.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see whether he does follow your suggestion. I think it's the best plan, but maybe he's just going to try to cross and dimes, take a club finesse.
Mm-hmm.
Because that, he's certainly going to regret it.
There's the 1 imp on board 24 from that ill-fated Jack of Hearts lead that we had predicted. They only made 10 tricks at the other table in their spade contract. These are scary hands to play sometimes, but I feel a lot better playing these in a team match against a very, very strong team, because I have confidence the other declarer is also going to take like a sensible line of play. If I was playing this in like a regional knockout and I went ace king of clubs, cash my diamonds, ace of hearts, jack of hearts, holding heart to the king, I might be worried that I'm losing 3 or 4 imps on the board.
And also here, like, there are a lot of spots where you play against experts. You have to be worried that they're doing something clever and deceptive. But here, at these colors, that 2 spade bid is 100% to be honest.
Yep.
Sort of the opposite, where a bad player might have a weird 2 spade bid, kind of not realizing how dangerous the situation is for his side, but an expert South would always play it straight in this position.
Yep. Yeah, so we see update Fleischer is up by 21 now. So still solidly in the lead, but not too far out of reach for the Cope team. And they will have a dinner break to talk things over.
Yeah, 20 imps is pretty easy to get back in a 30-word segment.
Yeah, I will say if 2 spades was spades in a minor, which I think it probably is, most people have a different way to show both majors here, then I think there's a small inference, just like bridge logic-wise, that South might be short in hearts. So taking the line of, maybe this is what I was thinking of when I said ace king of clubs feels more natural. So taking the line of king ace of hearts first, South feels more likely to show out in that suit.
Yeah, and I guess when he's not, like, he could be 5-3, 5-0, but then the club finesse will be marked.
Yeah. So club to the ace, and now we do some more waiting.
Yeah, it's obviously trying to decide whether he's gonna combine his chances or just cross back and take a club finesse. I mean, it seems much stronger to play the king of clubs at this point in the hand, because I think, like, even if South shows out, then you have an almost complete count there and can take the heart finesse through north with 3-2 odds.
Yeah. I guess I didn't fully vocalize my thoughts on this. So why do I think it's more likely that South is short in hearts than clubs? Because
I'm not going to hear that, but let's hear it.
When you have spades, if you also have some hearts, sometimes it is useful to try and look for a heart fit as well. If you have long spades, but your partner might not have a fit with you, and you might be missing a heart contract, you may as well leave hearts open. Now, obviously, this is a very, very subtle inference, because you just have to bid what you have. We see the king of hearts. So declare might be about to go down. South is going to pitch a diamond here, and declare is then just going to, I think, cash 3 diamonds and take a club hook.
I think almost certainly he now has no reason to play the king of clubs.
Right. So,
and again, he'll think he's getting 3-2 odds on this club finesse, which he is.
Sure.
So in fact, then he'll lose the rest of them because, so he hasn't banged on 3 diamonds, so he saved himself a trick there, but is going to go down in an easily makeable contract with an easily makeable alternative in four hearts available.
Right. Now, again, for whatever reason, it feels natural to me to go ace king of clubs, but it's not as if LeCuyer's line was any different from like an a priori perspective, right? He had 8 card fits in both round suits. If the queen fell in either one of them, then he was just cold, and otherwise he could take the finesse in the other.
Well, except that when you leave the ace of clubs and South pitches, you can be somewhat confident that South is 5-3, 5-0 and take the heart finesse either way.
Oh, but when South pitches, you already have your 9th trick. All you need is one extra trick.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because then the club finesse is marked.
Yeah. So LeCuyer did cash a high club before doing all of this, which was correct.
Right.
But the question is just, what do you do next?
Right.
So anyway, whatever. My line would have worked. Obviously, I'm looking at the cards, so it's hard for me to make the argument that what I was doing was clearly right, but would have worked out this time. But that could be a swing. So that could definitely be a swing for the street team in the other room. The Feldman squad went down in 3-no trump. Far from clear that they should make it, but of course, like 4 hearts also is a better spot, and 4 hearts happens to make.
Yeah, West took this, this sequence. I guess again, thinking that he had extra high cards, so 3-no would be perfectly playable when they had a 5-3 heart fit. Knowing hearts would often break badly as they do, so probably a well-reasoned sequence by West, but obviously in practice worked out really badly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if he knows that there's this really high chance of a bad heartbreak, and he knew that his side had 30 odd high card points, pretty reasonable to steer the hand into no trump unless you had a 9 card fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now this auction's a little exciting. So South opened to heart, and East is 6-5 in the red suits. Comes in with 3 diamonds.
Yeah, I think pretty normally. So let's see.
Yeah, PGF says that 6 spades is making, I guess. Looks like it is, but it might be difficult for North-South to get there. Also, I'm not sure I would want to be there.
It depends. Yeah, I guess so. It's making probably by North, right? Because from South you can get an opening lead club rough.
Right, but also you need 3-2 spades, and it's not guaranteed on this auction that the spade suit is going to split. And either way, it's possible that East might get a club rough. If West was the one with the spade ace, then if clubs were 3-1, they could lead a club and then get in with the spade ace and give their partner a rough.
It is going to make. There's some work to do here. So you can pitch 2 diamonds on the ace king of hearts, rough a diamond, but you need to be able to draw trumps ending in South. Find out, you need to find out about the club break because you need to take this club finesse, and you need to do it while you still have an entry to the South hand. So
yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of set up the hearts.
Yeah.
You also set up the hearts because Queen Jack third comes down, right?
Yeah.
So it's, yes, 6 spades is going to make double dummy by North, but it is
by no means a trivial play problem.
Yeah, not the happiest of contracts to reach. We'll see if they get there. 4 diamonds is a big bid by South, right? He only has an 11 count, and all his partner did was bid 1 spade. Yeah, theoretically possible. After this 4 diamond bid, I might even be surprised if they don't get there. North has a 15 count, good 5 card suit, the ace of diamonds, which looks like probably a good card. I don't know. But what do you do? Do you just bid 4-no? Is that key card for spades here?
So North isn't going to love the heart void, but boy, they've got an awfully good hand.
Right.
maybe bid 5 clubs, and like, it's not so attractive to key card with the void and partner suit, because when partner shows one key card, it's really a blind guess. But I guess is what he's doing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how can South have a 4 diamond bid with 1 key card?
Right, that's true too.
Your partner's likely to make this 2 key card response. I think he's just hoping that his partner shows 3, right? Because
Yeah, I guess it's true. Like, he could still have a grand.
right, yeah. I mean, that feels the most likely. South is of course going to show 2 without, and then North is gonna have a guess, right? Because well, he's probably not gonna have a guess. He's just gonna have to sign off in 6 spades. Because even if his partner's 2 key cards are the ace king of spades, his partner has no values on the hand, so he probably has something like king queen jack 6 of hearts, and then he's relying on a roughing finesse in the suit to make the grand. That doesn't feel worth it.
Yeah.
So this is something you never want to do. I will point this out. Never tank over key card. Okay, South was tanking because he was trying to show his void. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah, it felt like he was trying to decide whether to or not. So of course, though, if he had tanked and then made a normal response, North would know that he had a void.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that's a big thing. If you want to avoid any possible UI, when your partner asks a question, you respond to the question. It's like you open a no trump, your partner bids Stamen, and you have some off shape hand. You don't think about it. You just respond to Stamen with whatever it is that your bid is.
Yeah, so here, presumably they're playing that you just make your normal response a level higher with a void. No, sorry, no, 6 diamond showing 2. Yeah, so they're doing some kind of fancy void showing something or other.
Yeah, it's probably 5 no is an odd number with a void, and bidding 6 of something shows a void with an even number.
Yeah, makes sense.
Would be my guess. So we get 6 spades from North. Here we go. The best lead for the defense to give Declare the most problems is a diamond. I don't know if East is going to figure out to make that lead. A heart seems very natural to me.
Yeah, I don't know what I would lead as East.
So we do see the heart lead.
Yeah, he does lead a heart.
And now Declare is going to be in the tank for a minute. I'm actually going to take a quick break and use the restroom while Declare thinks for a while.
Yeah, as am I, and it's not like this makes it that easy for Declare. He's still got a lot of transportation problems, especially, he's going to be very worried about a 4-1 spade break given the preempt.
Right. Yep. So we'll let him think. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. We're kibitzing the 2022 Soloway semifinal between Street and Feldman. Pretty close match. Tough 6 spade contract. So, and Street picked up 13 on the very last board for bidding and making 4 hearts. Okay, I will be back in just a minute. Gonna use the restroom. See you all soon.
Okay, so now LeCuyer is going to make this from here pretty easily, I think. Just rough a diamond. Take his pitch, finesse and clubs and claim. Slightly surprised that he hasn't claimed already. So I would predict this will be a swing to the street team, but who knows? Feels like they did pretty well to get to the slam. In the previous board, I don't know whether the other room was in 4 hearts or 3 no trump making, but a big swing for not finding the right home with 3 no
Hey,
trump.
I am back. Okay, VuGraph operator says they're taking a break. What happened?
Yes. So he made it. He just played a trumpet trick 2, I believe, and East won a return to trump, so it was pretty simple from there.
Yeah, okay. So Sahali asks, how are they making 6 spades? They lose the spade ace, and how do they avoid the 4-0 club break? So from here, LeCuyer cashed the club ace, found out that East was void, so now they're able to rough a diamond to the south hand. Let's see.
Take a pitch on the king of hearts and claim.
Yeah, while we're on break, we can step through. So queen of spades, ace of clubs, LeCuyer claimed here. Oh, it looks like they actually played the board out. So they roughed a diamond.
Yeah, I was saying that I was a little surprised he didn't just claim, but he did play it out, I guess, just to make sure that nothing bad could happen to him.
Yeah, so king of hearts here. LeCuyer now knows that East has no more clubs, so they lead the 10 of clubs. If West plays the jack, they get to run the club suit. If West plays small, he gets to take the finesse. And now play a club up to the king queen.
Can you take a look at the previous one? I'm curious whether the contract was
it was 4 hearts. Yeah, I quickly moused over that earlier. So they got to 4 hearts. Club opening by East. You know, so in our room, East opened this unbalanced hand with 6-card club suit and no trump. And in this room, it went a club, a spade, 2 hearts. Once the 2-heart bid comes in, East-West are finding their heart fid, and they just quickly bid up to 4 hearts. Looks like West offered 3 no trump as a choice over 2 spades with the king third of spade stopper, but East overruled with the 2 doubletons, small doubleton spade.
Yeah, I think having shown 5 hearts, offering a choice of games is pretty sensible.
Yep. So deserve 13 imps, and the street team is getting back into it. Hey, so Holly, well, welcome. We have people of all skill levels tuning in, so you're certainly welcome here on the channel, and I'm happy to explain as long as we have a bit of downtime. You know, I try and keep the commentary a bit high level, but, you know, at least the players on break. And it is, I do agree with you that it is sometimes very, unkind for when you're a newer player and you're going up against, you're either playing up against experts or you're trying to watch some of the high-level bridge and everyone just claims all the time and there's no explanation and they don't get to show off what is actually happening. But unfortunately for the players, you know, if they don't want to be playing until midnight or 2 in the morning, you have to start claiming on boards. Otherwise, it just takes too long to get through all of the hands that you need to play in a set. So, I'm with you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Either I will answer or maybe someone in the chat can answer for you. The Zenith. Okay, well, we're back into the action. I haven't decided if I'm instantly playing the Zenith after this or if I'm going to take a quick break to get some more food. This is 2 quarters now. I was here since the start of quarter 1.
So North-South did win a slam swing for getting to this, good but not obvious 6-spade contract.
Ooh, no, they want a slam swing for right-siding it.
Yeah.
Six spades doubled in the other room, asking for an unusual lead. We get a club lead, ruffed at trick one. Very well done.
Oh, I see. So it must have started a heart pass, two clubs, and now set. It's still. I mean, they could have gotten six clubs after that start. I'm curious how the auction went.
Yeah, it started a heart past two clubs. East came in three diamonds. South passed. West came in four diamonds. North doubled. South bid four spades. And North just jumped all the way up to six after that.
It feels like this might have been a consequence of playing ambiguous two clubs game force where South couldn't raise clubs naturally.
Mm-hmm. Although, do you really bid four clubs over three diamonds as South? Are you committing your side to a club contract?
But over the double, maybe you bid four spades anyway, but you might look for clubs at some point in the auction to South. Maybe not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was tough. I mean, all of the diamond bidding and preempting gave North-South a bit of trouble. They did find their way into the spade slam, but obviously, the Lightner double here by East allowed for the club rough. Meanwhile, we have a very exciting one spade contract by West on this one. Club, a diamond, a spade. Cooney, I have all of the scores.
Had a strong hand.
Let's see. So really quickly, I have Zenith Daylong for the last couple of days. So I have the scores. We can add them up.
Rough a heart. Maybe rough a diamond just to single in some of these small ones and come out with what? 1, 2.
Yeah, LeCuyer is going about setting up their club suit before trying to pull trumps.
Yeah, that works too. Feels like he's going to make an over trick on this hand, I think.
Yeah, the diamonds aren't really something the defense can attack. They can go about setting up hearts, forcing LeCuyer to rough and dummy, which might give the defense an extra trump trick somehow. But LeCuyer is well on his way to making this small part score. But after the last couple of boards, bidding and making a game, or bidding to the right game on board 26 in the other room, causing no real harm to the street squad. Whereas in this room, Zagorin had a difficult play problem and got it wrong. And then bidding and making slam, right-siding the spade contract. I think Brad is the one who says always put the preemptor on lead. I'm terrified of doing that because they always lead a singleton and get a rough against me. But it worked out this time, put the preemptor on lead, and the contract is right-sided. 27 quick imps, and Street has pulled out to a bit of a lead. DT did show up to complain in a giant dump of text and then redeemed a timeout reward on himself. He paid his penance. So I guess it looks like Declarer can probably make 3 from here if they do everything right. They can end up losing a club and a heart. Cross to the ace of clubs, pull a trump, and then exit a club.
Yeah, looks right.
Was Pacell blamed for his score? No, I think he's moved on to complaining about someone new. Okay, this feels weird to me. Exiting a club before pulling trump. But none of it matters. He'll still get in with the Heart King eventually. I mean, maybe he's giving the defense the chance to go wrong if, like, South wins and plays a diamond into dummies tennis. Does not seem likely to happen, though.
Sorry.
So 2 more boards to go in the second quarter of play after this. And looks like both tables are pretty neck and neck with their play speed, so we can pop over there after this set finishes up. And I guess we don't have updated scores other than if PJF is keeping us apprised of what's going on in the other room,
Yeah,
but we'll check in quickly on that match before the break. Then there will be a bit of a break. Thank you. Fleischer by 20.
There's that match. Also fairly close.
Yeah. Yeah, which you kind of expect in these late matches in these events. The teams that tend to be on a roll continue doing so, and the scores get a bit closer. You're not really going to see anyone getting blown out by 150 imps anymore.
Yeah, even the underdogs are still a very strong team, so it's tough to really slaughter anyone.
Yep. So how many diamonds do we want to open on the north hand? 3 or 4?
I think especially vulnerable 3 is plenty, like your 7-4, but your hand is pretty weak, all things considered.
Yep. So that's the choice by Nick over here. He opens 3 diamonds. East passes, which might surprise some players, but I think it's completely normal. You don't want to bid directly. I mean, you have a great heart suit, but your hand is just so weak overall.
Yeah.
That
Partner's going to be expecting more for that 3-level action.
Yeah, and so then West probably comes in with double. Okay, he does. That would have been my expectation. Balancing with 3 or 4 spades is just too committal. I mean, 3 spades, your hand is way stronger than that bid, and balancing with 4, you might, you might get to the wrong suit.
So I do think that if it had started 3 diamonds, pass to the east hand, that it would be correct to bid 3 hearts.
Yep.
Bidding directly is just a little too much.
Yeah, agree. So question 3-no by West, was that a possibility? I mean, yes.
I think actually a very practical one.
Yeah, but I think you can still reach 3-no if it's the right spot. By doubling first. And I like the fact that I can double, partner bids 3 hearts, and then I bid 3 spades, and that kind of shows my hand.
It's true, although, that's going to make it very difficult to get to 3-no when it's right, since you're the one with the stopper.
True. So maybe you can't get to 3-no unless you bid it immediately. You've proved me wrong. But
so I think either double or 3-no trump is entirely reasonable.
Yep. Yeah, so he just goes with double right now.
Probably the more mainstream choice.
Yep. And so after the King of Diamonds lead, we expect the Heart Finesse to lose, but who cares? Even if the hearts are 4-0, we're only losing a diamond and 2 trumps. So this is going to end up being...
Yeah. Declare, I think, will decline to take the Heart Finesse and just place in another, but we'll see.
Okay, also true, but I just noticed we needed to duck the King of Diamonds, right, if we were taking 11 tricks? Because now there's communication.
I think the double mainstream choice.
Yeah.
PJ asked about my mainstream comment. I think most West would double on that hand, but that 3-no would be the choice of a sizable minority, including some real experts.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially with all those aces, and ace doubleton isn't a great holding because you might not be able to hold up as much as you need to. Like ace third would be a much more attractive holding for 3-no trump.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess mainstream might be defined as like what looks or feels most natural, and the hand feels like a natural takeout double. You have shortness in the opponent's suit. You have support for the other suits. Like, you have some values, you know. So 3-no is, it's a sensible bid, and it might be the right final contract, but it's like there's a separate level of abstraction to reach the conclusion that 3-no might be the right spot, which is that, like, okay, it might be easier to take 9 tricks than 10. Also, if I double, are we always getting to the right fit? You know, might we play a 4-3 heart fit when a 5-3 spade fit's available? Sure. So once you start realizing that things could go wrong if you begin with a takeout double, then you know, 3-no trump does come into the picture. But I think Craig's right that most people would expect double to be the most likely action.
You might well, having doubled, the partner bids only 3 hearts, just not worry about the spades and bid 3-no trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, also possible.
You know, like, once you're at this level, you know, there's 3 things that you want to do, and you can only do 2 of them. So I think, you know, again, like, big targets, not small ones. Even when you have a 5-3 spade fit, 3-no might just be better when this, you know, whether or not the spades run. So I think that would be my plan, like, double and bid 3-no trump, and, you know, just make it a binary choice between 3-no and 4 hearts.
Right.
And, you know, partner can bid 3 spades over your double, and then you have a very easy decision.
This looks like an enormous number of no trump to make in the other room. 3-no making all 13 tricks. So we do see 3 diamonds check, 3-no in this room. That was the choice. Again, we kind of talked about it. Could go either way. But to make 13 tricks does feel like a lot.
It really does.
Okay. Yeah, what happened in hearts? Okay, we can take a quick look. I'm not going to pull it up in a separate window, but while South contemplates how many hearts to bid on this one, so we got the Queen of Clubs lead to the Ace. Feels weird to lead the Queen of Clubs rather than Diamond Queen. Heart to the Queen, holding. Declarer starts running spades, and
South must have pitched a heart. What?
I don't know. This could be a Vugraph error.
We're going to see an adjustment pretty quickly, is my guess.
Yeah, I think it's a Vugraph error. I think we'll see 12 tricks. So,
yeah, I believe it is not possible that Declarer took all 13 tricks unless South somehow pitched the King of Hearts.
Yep. Okay. So East opens a diamond, 3 heart, preempt by South, looks pretty normal at these colors. You know, maybe if we were white-red, we would try 4 hearts or something with those cards, but I think with 7 trumps, 3 hearts is normally the place to be. Double by West, negative double. East comes in 4 clubs, they have clubs and diamonds. West bidding only 4 diamonds is reasonable.
Well, yeah, they, you know, for having made a negative double, they have the weakest hand they could ever possibly have, really.
Right. Yep, so it's on East to try and find a raise, and they do. And now the defense just needs to, needs to unblock the heart suit somehow. Pass the Ace and King of Hearts under the table. That's the way to to beat this.
Yeah, although it's still... Declare still hasn't made this contract, right? There's some work to do, even though I think... I guess he will with the Queen of Spades dropping. I mean, South is probably just going to lead their singleton, I would think. Maybe they'll lead the King of Hearts.
So...
Yeah.
Okay, but how do you play this as Declare? It's actually not clear to me.
Right, not at all. I mean, I guess you could try to play Ace of Spades and then Ace of Diamonds rather than clubs.
That's an option.
Like, you know 100% that...
I mean,
you know 100%
not,
this lead is a...
Yeah, like, it's not crazy to try the diamond hook, right?
Not at all. Although, I don't actually. I think it is because the South has a couple of the hard honors, right?
Mhm.
They're playing opposite. They're in second seat. So would they have made a preempt with, 10-ish points in a strong suit? They'd probably just overcall one. So I think you actually do know that the Diamond Finesse is losing.
Okay.
Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it would be really unusual for South to be making a preempt on a strong hand opposite an unpassed partner.
Right. So, I mean, in that case, you probably just have to play Diamond to the Ace Diamond and hope the hearts are the way they are. Like, is South really stiff in the pointed suits?
Yeah, although, I guess you can't really play on clubs because you would need South to have a stiff diamond also, which, yeah, as you say, is quite unlikely. For one thing, if he's stiff, he might have been four hearts with 7-4.
Okay, so counterpoint. Could South have six hearts? I don't know this South's tendencies. But if this South could have six hearts, they might be 1, 6, 2, 4. And so then you could play Diamond to the Ace, Club to the Ace, King, Queen of Clubs, hoping to drop Jack third with North. And then they'll be roughing in with their King Doubleton of Diamonds. But that is, again, presuming that this South specifically would be overcalling 3 hearts, not 2, with a 6-card suit here.
Yeah, so one way or another, to make this hand, you need multiple good things happening, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know what of the possibilities we just discussed is the most likely.
Well, I mean, for one thing, it's 50-50 the hearts look like this, right? Like from an a priori perspective. Because South with Ace-King would lead the Ace of Hearts 100%.
Agreed.
So either North has stiff Ace or North has stiff King. Or, maybe there's this weird 6-2 heart situation, in which case there's only one chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably for simplicity, it's better to play them to be 7-1.
Right. So if they're 7-1, I mean, maybe it's just Diamond to the Ace Diamond. You're 50-50 then to make it, right? That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
VuGraph operator finally got on to the question we've been debating. It's Gary Hahn.
That did they make 13 tricks and no trump? You mean?
No. He's on the singleton Ace of Hearts. He's like, we'll declare, figure it out. Yeah, so he's just going over the possibilities in his head, basically all the things that we've talked about. There might be 1 or 2 other slim chances. But
yeah, I think it can't be right to take the Diamond Finesse because he knows 100% that when it loses, he's going to see a spade rough.
Right. And, I mean, really, if we do believe hearts are 7-1, like, the Diamond Finesse might look like a 50-50 proposition, but we've just kind of come to the conclusion that this heart suit is a 50-50 proposition, so it has to be at least as good to go Diamond to the Ace Diamond.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, last board of the set. And then I wish you a good evening, Craig.
Yep. Are you going to try to get up on time for the entire day tomorrow?
Absolutely. I'm trying to record these, and I was planning on plopping all of these onto my YouTube channel for commentary, since I'm trying to do all 4 quarters for the semis and finals.
Yeah, I may need to multitask a little bit with some like somehow today I had no work at all to do, which is a little unusual. Like I might have some stuff to do in the background, but it's all pretty mindless.
Sure. Well, you're more than welcome whenever you want tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll hang out all day, but you might not have my full attention during the afternoon.
Cool. Cool.
So meanwhile, yeah, Declarer is still agonizing over which unlikely possibility is the most likely possibility.
Right. I suspect he gets this one right, although, this we do recall Zagorin was the one who did something that, I don't know, I've considered slightly suboptimal in this 3-0 where he went down earlier. So maybe he won't work out this position either, but I believe in my teammates, even though he's not one of my teammates. I think he'll...
Yeah, I guess. I think the sensible alternative is to play Ace of Diamonds and then revert to clubs, but as you say, that would require South to have 2 singletons, which, like, the stiff ace is unlikely, but the 2 singletons feels even more unlikely.
Yep.
But I think those are the only really sensible lines of play that I can see.
Yeah, I mean, third alternative is like diamond to the ace, spade to the king, hope that lives. But it's like almost still not good enough, right? You would still need South to have a stiff diamond, and that's a stretch.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's the same as the club play, I guess, but a little better because you don't have to worry about losing a club trick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Ace of Diamonds diamond is probably.
Yeah, I mean, so what are the odds that the South would lead a stiff spade holding the ace king 7th of hearts? I mean, it seems to be 0%, but like, let's think about it. We're looking from South's perspective.
I'm not sure because remember, South is going to need 2 roughs, so he doesn't want to lead a high heart and possibly kill his partner's entry to a second rough.
Right. Okay, we get the queen of diamonds, diamond hook.
Yeah, that does not seem like a great play to me.
Yep.
So I think North will cash the ace of hearts, play a spade, and they'll go down extras.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zagorin now with a second game swing against himself that he could have avoided.
Yeah, so Feldman crumbling as they get to the home stretch. I mean, you pointed out they are four-handed. There could be some fatigue setting in. That is very much possible.
Yeah, and Zagorin is, definitely a talented player, but someone who just doesn't play that much bridge. So, a week of this is pretty taxing.
Yep. Okay. So at this table, we have found our way into 5 diamonds. Now, how did we get there? This is important. East opened to no trump. South came in 3 hearts. Doubled by West, past 4 diamonds, past 5 diamonds. The defense looks like it's gone a little bit differently. It looks like the opening lead was the King of Hearts to North's Ace, and then a spade came through. Now, I don't understand this King of Clubs play.
Yeah, I confess I'm a little puzzled by it as well.
Okay, good talk. So, after the King of Clubs, I mean, I guess, like, it doesn't really hurt, but it feels as if Declarer here is in a better position, because now they know the hearts are situated the way they are. Or probably guess that the hearts are situated. I mean, this 3-heart bid doesn't have to be a 7-card suit here, but probably is.
Is it... There's no way South is tanking on this trick. Is it possible that,
oh
this
my
is
god.
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
Declarer took the diamond hook again. Well...
So that King of Clubs was clearly an operator error.
Yeah, it was probably the Queen of Diamonds.
On this auction, the Diamond Finesse might well have worked because that 3 hearts could be more wide-ranging and stronger than in the other room.
Sure, and just because the King of Hearts got overtaken doesn't mean that hearts are necessarily 7-1. But I feel like this Declarer was probably in a slightly better position. Either way, I mean, tough hand. Both Declarers got it wrong, but it was a push. 5 diamonds down 2. Okay. So, well, thank you, Craig, for joining me.
Yep, I'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
Yeah, sounds good. I will text you in the morning.